The Major League Baseball trade deadline is less than 48 hours away. So what should the Red Sox be looking for as the deadline approaches? Well, it's that time of year again in baseball. The Major League trade deadline is upon us. July 31st, 4 p.m. is the deadline to make trades with non-waiver situations, and the Red Sox definitely will be players in the market if the right deal presents itself. So what is the Red Sox biggest need and what should they be looking for? In my opinion, it's relief pitching. After losing Andrew Bailey, Joel Hanrahan, and Andrew Miller for the season to injury, that Red Sox bullpen is thin right now. They really only have 3 relievers in there. Koji Uehara, who's currently the closer, Junichi Tazawa, and Craig Breslow. Those are the 3 arms that are going to be guys who try to get you to the end of games. They're going to be the 3 guys they're going to be asked to protect leads for the Red Sox the rest of the season unless they get some bullpen help from Ben Cherington, their general manager. Now, these 3 guys have pitched very well for the Red Sox, and the Red Sox basically have announced they're going with Uehara as their closer the rest of the season. And if that's the case, they're going to need another arm or 2 to back up Breslow and Tazawa as their setup men. I was in Baltimore over the weekend to watch the Red Sox on Saturday against the Orioles. And Breslow and Tazawa both came into that game before Uehara to try to hold the Orioles down. And that Oriole lineup, folks, is fierce. Top to bottom, they may have the best lineup in the American League. And it was such a grind for Breslow and Tazawa to get through their 3 innings combined of work. And I just think that if they continue to do this throughout the season, it's going to take a real mental and physical toll on them. And it's going to be tough for them down the stretch to be the main setup guys with very little help. So Cherington's going to have to bring somebody in to fortify that bullpen, whether it's Luke Gregerson of San Diego, Addison Reed of the White Sox, maybe even Steve Cishek from the Marlins, their current closer. I don't know what the exact trade will look like if it happens, but I think the big thing for the Sox is if it doesn't cost them too much, they need to make a move in that bullpen. The starting pitching situation is very expensive on the trade market, so getting a Jake Peavy or a Cliff Lee or even a Bud Norris from the Astros is going to be expensive. The Red Sox have to hope Clay Buchholz comes back at some point in August, and I know we've been saying this now for 3 months, but short of them acquiring a big starting pitcher, they need Buchholz back in that rotation to help them settle that bullpen down as well. So that's still a possibility, but I think for the foreseeable future, at the trade deadline, if I'm Ben Cherington, I'm looking at relief pitching. I think that's the Red Sox' #1 biggest need at the trade deadline. But for you guys out there, what do you think is the Red Sox' biggest need at the deadline, and what do you think they'll do before the deadline hits? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red. And don't forget to check out my blog at BoSoxInjection.com.